Now we're gonna take her from the mat and just put her in a crate, and I'll show you how we use the crate. Okay, I'm gonna bring her over there, have her sit in front of the crate. Oh, she's very distracted by the chair in the kitchen, okay? But if she does this, if you say SIT, for example, you need to make sure you reinforce it just like you saw me do it. Everything's done gently but firmly. So I open the crate door, as you can see. She's facing the crate with my right hand. I'm gonna pat her chest and say, go. She's gonna go in the crate. She loves her crate. She's gonna turn around. She gets a reward. Natural balance sausage. She likes the lamb flavor. That's what we're using today, or the turkey flavor. I put on and take off her stuff, her prong collar and her little choke chain. I take it off in the crate. The choke chain, this happens to be a cloth one, but we use the metal ones too. It's always hanging loose. We don't use a choke chain for training. It's just for safety, and it's doubled up on the clip. It's hooked up at the same time that this little prong collar is hooked up. And as you can see, the prong collar is super small. It's the smallest size. It's the only size I use. The big ones are ridiculous and not as useful as these. We use these on the large dogs as well, because as you can see throughout the videos, we just use it to get a little signal across to the dog. We're not correcting the dogs. It's not to cause pain. Since it closes with the same pressure all the way around on the back as well as the front evenly, it's just so much easier for the owner to handle the dog and then to stop pulling, because she was, as you know, a big puller. So that's why we use this. Later on, if you keep doing what you see on the videos, you won't need this anymore. You can just give her a little prompt with a regular collar, go back to the regular collar, and she'll still behave. So that's why we use this, and you see throughout the videos how we use it, so you want to keep using it that way, no other way other than that. If this prong collar ever comes off, the choke chain comes into play and you don't lose the dog. That's why we use this. So she's still in there with an open door and she's waiting. Good. So I'm going to reward her for waiting and not bursting out of the crate. She knows that I control this boundary and that you are going to do this the same way. So you control this boundary, and she can only go in and come out with your permission. Inside is a free time place. That's her bedroom. That's where she gets her bones and chewies and whatever else you want to give her, which make her love to go in there and make her respect you that much more, because she can only go in with your permission. Therefore, you're always keeping this door closed. It's closed when she's in there, and it's closed until you allow her in there. Because when she's on the outside, if her and your other dog can just go in and out, and the other dog can take her bones and things like that, then there's no point in using this. So we use it as a tool for training. We control the boundary. She has to sit and be calm and wait to be allowed to go in. When we open the door, she needs to be calm and wait till we allow her to come out. So it's just yet another way that you can practice with her and change her perception of you to teach her that you're really the boss now. It's a simple way where you don't have to use a lot of force and you're not correcting her, which of course doesn't work very well anyway. So when I take her out, by the way, she's been sleeping every night in the crate. She loves it. She's out. She's in there maybe 7 hours, 7.5 hours, and she goes in there right before bedtime, and first thing in the morning she comes out. So when I'm going to take her out, I'm just going to hook up this little prong collar like this. Make sure that it's not twisted. So if you let it hang, then it'll untwist itself if it is twisted. This little round thing is just a spacer in the center. You never hook up the leash to that. Hook it up to the funny looking buckle, because then it works properly. And it should be just lightly touching all the way around. It shouldn't be too loose, because if it's hanging off, it's gonna stick her when you apply pressure to the leash. If it's too tight, obviously that's not good either. So as she grows, because she's not even a year old yet, she's gonna get bigger, you are going to add links as you need it. Each link is about 1 inch or so long. So you add or take away according to how big the dog's neck is. So I'm going to take her out. She's waiting. And what we did for a long time is as soon as I open the crate door, good, I reward her before she can burst out. If she tries to come out before I release her, no. You just give this a little token slam like that and say no, like that. She knows what that means. And then when she waits, good, she gets a reward. So it's very clear what gets her the good stuff and what doesn't. So all she's got to do is wait calmly as we hook her up, and notice we don't have that that dancing around or collapsing on the ground or ducking like that when we're trying to put stuff on her, because that as well is disrespectful and a reactive behavior, and you don't want that to happen either. So if you do things this way and watch with the choke, I'm just going to put my hand through there with the little reward, natural balance sausage, and stick it like that over her head and hook them up together. So they're both hooked up to the leash and she's waiting calmly in her crate. It's just another calming exercise. Just a simple little everyday thing. Putting her in and out of the crate is a tool for training now. It's a little training routine. See how she's waiting as I stand up? Good. So you want her on your left. So as much as you can, you want to turn like this to have her on your left. Pat your leg and say, okay. Have her come out. And since the left turn is so beneficial, if she's on your left, you want to do another left turn to close the crate. And we're going to leave the house and go on a walk now. Sit. And I always, see if she stayed there. She just leaned forward. We've come quite a ways in 3 weeks. She used to just burst through the door and not have any concept of a sit-stay at the door. So this is 21 days. You keep doing this, she's going to be good. She's going to get even way better than this after you practice for a couple weeks at home. Okay. And then one more left turn here, since I'm leaving the house, to close the door.